Zach Noe Towers.
Know how much we got?
Beth Stelling.
Whoops. Just so everybody knows, Zach not only didn't start the Patreon video,
I didn't start the regular one either.
The regular recording, so you missed a lot of gems. Welcome back.
This is great.
To nothing.
To nothing. You answered. It was wild to listen to because you answered like a lot of questions.
So were you worried like you might not have anything else?
No. I was gonna make you dig deeper.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna root around. But Beth Stelling is one of the best comedians. She's I'm gonna recap.
Basically, you missed all the genuine moments, and now we'll just glaze over it. I love you. You love me. You remember my name, and I think you're great, and you're great too.
We did. Okay, that is the gist of it. But Beth is someone I look up to, but also like to consider a friend. She's truly one of the funniest people. I talk about her all the time when talking about influences, and watch her special Girl Daddy on HBO Max right now. Well, not right now, but
maybe after this.
Yeah. And Beth's also straight. Despite
I'm currently
heterosexual.
Yeah, but we were defining sex, which to me is intercourse. Mm-hmm. And then was there another question that we got into?
Well, the next
we're
question,
recapping for you guys.
Yeah, the next question is, do you remember the first thing that made you horny, or the first thing that made you realize what sex was?
Christian Bale and Newsies.
Oh yeah.
Or it could have been Tom Cruise in Far and Away.
See, is that Nicole Kidman?
Mm-hmm. I had nothing. I don't care about her whatsoever. She might as well have been a broom in the corner. She is. She's a broom.
What was that movie about?
Far and Away.
Uh-huh.
It was about what's the term for it? Oh my gosh. Like there's a term for it. No. There's a term for it. It's like going west, frontier. Like
like the final frontier.
Yeah. A Manifest Destiny.
Oh, okay.
It's about like
settling,
going west
new
for
land.
gold. The gold rush. Jinx. Yeah.
Okay, so
he's sort of this lower status character. She's the higher status character.
And it's like not supposed to happen. Oh my god, same with Christian Bale.
I'm in love with lower status. Men.
That actually tracks.
It does. We've seen who I date. That's mean if you're listening.
No, we say that with love, but
I say it with love, but I'm always...
You're into the Aladdins of the world.
Honestly, I think I had my last one. I'm good. I'm tapped out.
Because you have we won't talk about your current partner, but do you have
Don't have any.
Done.
Done.
One of my other favorite jokes of yours is the Tarzaning from dick to dick.
Oh, thank you.
You're like, you don't let go of the last dick until you grab the next.
Tarzan dater. Yeah, before I let go of the last one, I'm swinging to the next.
Okay, Christian Bale in Newsies, huge thing, and famously only like one or two females in that whole movie. So it was a lot of boys.
It was so many boys. I'm sorry to scare you.
I'm traumatized.
I know. Don't worry.
But
you're handling it really well.
It's good.
Yeah.
The episode, you guys. Okay, the episode we recorded to absolutely nothing
was trash.
It was so bad. Beth like said all of these like racial
cancelable
slurs
things.
For some reason.
Well, that was actually Zach who was doing the racial stuff. Mine was purely homophobic.
Christian Bale,
God,
yes.
he was so hot in that. I mean, Santa Fe, here I come.
Here I come, indeed.
Open the gates and seize the day. Don't be afraid and don't nothing can break us.
Did you ever see the musical of that, like on stage?
I don't want to ruin it for myself.
That's fair.
I feel like it's the opposite with Dear Evan Hansen. I saw that on stage, but the movie undoes it. I didn't see the movie though.
I didn't see it on stage. I saw the movie. It's good.
I wish you got to, good. I'm glad you liked it then. I think if you see it on stage, I don't know, but it was the opposite with Newsies for me.
So my sister didn't like something about the stage version, and they changed it in the film.
Interesting.
Maybe there's a problematic aspect to it besides...
Look, sometimes as a white person, you're the last to know.
Like, oh, fuck, I didn't know.
Oh, I was just up here on this cloud. It's raining below?
Shit. Okay, Christian Bale, yes. Are you still attracted to Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's like so hot. Obviously, the yelling and the hitting of the wife potentially, I think that's
Makes
a
it
bit of a knock on his report card. But yeah, not ideal.
I didn't hear he hit his wife.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I'm not here to spread misinformation. I just, for some reason, I thought there was a domestic violence call.
That's fair.
But it could have been his rage.
Is.
It could have just been rage.
Yeah.
Just rage. I love it when people are like, I was abused. They're like, just verbal? Or and you're like, yeah, you're right. It wasn't that bad. I'm just a shell of a woman now. I just don't trust my intuition any longer. And I was right the whole time. He just broke me into a million pieces, and here I am trying to glue myself back together.
But no bruises.
My bone structure remains.
Stuff. Christian Bale. Okay, so then do you remember when you discovered your body?
Yes. So earliest experiences were with another girl, actually. She taught me how to rub on each other. We would rub on each other. And then I took that home and practiced that as well at home.
In the classic scissoring way? Or kind of just
I think it was just
gyrating
probably
a little bit?
pubic to pubic.
Sure.
Yeah, but
sure.
pants down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no
Chotch
kissing.
to chotch.
Yeah, chotch, crunch on crunch.
No kissing.
No kissing.
There's a lot of guys who like to do things that way.
Really?
Kind
of.
of.
Just you mean
just
currently as adults?
Yeah.
I've had a recent experience where someone had told me that, they were hooking up with people but not kissing. And to me, that's so... I don't want to be judgmental. Of
course.
But it seems unhealthy.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I personally think it seems unhealthy. I realize we're all different, but I might say something controversial here because I understand that from some of my friends who fuck a lot, it's not that. I'm not saying you can't go around and fuck a ton of people, but the no kissing thing, and just if it's penetration, no kissing. I mean, if you're rubbing and stuff and kissing and sleeping together, okay. But if you're penetrating and nailing someone and then never kissing them, it's very transactional, and I do believe has a rooted cause in some sort of trauma, personally,
or shame or something.
Shame or I realize trauma is a bit of an overused word these days, but I do think something happened to you and you're recreating it, or you think that's what you deserve.
Sure.
Because it obviously lacks intimacy and connection, and I understand some people are very into that. So if you want to hook up with another wall, if you want to slam walls, go for it. Not me.
There's a thing in the gay community, ass up.
Okay.
I'll be ass up
when you get here.
And come in.
Interesting.
Come in and leave.
Wow.
Ass up.
And now here's these are the times where it's you don't want to have somebody educate you and be yeah.
I don't care. I'm an open book and I love talking about this stuff.
Okay. So.
And I don't know much.
Is that something
my listeners know? Okay. I stumble.
Okay. Is that something you would want to be done to you?
No.
Do you look at it and go, that seems unhealthy?
Same thing as you, tiptoeing around this.
Because you don't want to be judgmental and upset people.
Of course. And
but also they should go to therapy.
Kind of. I'm just there is, to me, something that needs work here.
Yeah.
Because I don't see how I don't see how it's I don't know, a kink. Maybe people can do it. No, I think there's I think it's somewhat of a red flag.
I think it's a huge red flag. I think when it's shame based or you getting used, and you could say, oh no, but I'm I know what I'm doing, and I'm feeling that sort of fantasy or that not even fantasy, but that hole. It's literally and figuratively. I'm feeling that hole. It's but the hole has no bottom.
Totally.
You're a bottom. The hole has no bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of
totally.
Feel like I was dating somebody who it's I will pour everything into you and you let me, but you didn't tell me you have no bottom on your bucket. So I'm tired. I'm tired. And you're just letting me keep doing it, but never telling me that, just so you know, I'll never be full. And it's oh my goodness, why didn't you save me 74,000 trips? Because I have gray hair now and wrinkles. I'm too old. So I feel when it is that, if you're not getting to the root of it, and even still, I said this when we weren't recording, but
please drag me.
No. But when there's obviously big differences in knowing yourself, knowing your patterns, and fixing them, and knowing your patterns and continuing them.
Of course.
And I think there's obviously a journey for that. So you can know that, I actually have a drinking problem. When I black out, it's because of this. When I have better sex, it's because I didn't watch porn that day. But I'm going to keep watching porn.
Yeah.
Whatever that is for you.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a long journey for a lot of people, but it's kind of like recycling, what we were talking about as well when we were not recording. It's unhealable. I mean, I hate to be so pessimistic, but we're fucked. The world is fucked. Even like saying like, oh, well, now there's female porn directors in the porn industry.
Yeah.
They're working within the same terrible parameters.
Sure.
They don't have much power. It might be a little better,
but it's like,
they're still in the system.
Well, I guess in the optimist perspective, it is a baby step in the right direction.
Yeah, but it's sort of like,
oh yeah, it's
if
like
you ask a porn star, like, I don't know. I'm just sort of like, I don't want to. This is like territory that I've only started to begin thinking about, where I don't want to insult people and say I know you and I got you figured out and you got problems and you need help. You know, like, I don't want to be like that, but I think sometimes my feelings are inflammatory, and that's where it's coming from. Which is like, you don't like that. When you're getting that done to you on camera,
right,
and then everybody sees it,
and it like spreads a message.
It spreads a terrible message, and we could ask you in an expose, and you still might not tell the truth because you'd like to keep working.
Yeah,
and it's only until maybe you age out that you'll be honest, like, oh yeah, no, of course I never came. It's lube, or like, you know, of course I hated it. I needed to pay my rent, or I did all this stuff, so there was no other options for me. Like, I would rather make X amount than go to a coffee shop and work every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hear all of it. I think it's fucked, and we're fucked. And if you want to have connections with people, you have to have like real, honest,
look them in the eye,
vulnerable situations.
Sure.
And as cheesy as it sounds, vulnerability is strength, and openness.
It's not Brene Brown.
Yeah. Brene Beth. But for real, it's just sort of like, I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's like, you think you're tough by closing off. It's tough to look at somebody and risk saying what you really want and how you feel.
Yep.
And getting denied, and learning the practice also of failure, or not failure, but like rejection.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a huge root of all of it too, is
fear of rejection.
Yeah. Like, when you are not a cis white male, you get used to sort of like, you know, going through an obstacle course of life. Some of us easier than others. Some of us just walking over a speed bump. Yeah. You know, and other people were like, you know, dodging literal bullets. So it's like, when you walk through the world like that, I think you don't have to worry too much. I guess if that analogy makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It did.
Okay.
You've said so many really good things, and I was just trying to like latch onto one, but
but I forget what we were talking about.
That's the other thing. We journeyed
on a long journey.
We took a long journey.
I did. Sorry.
No. I love it.
It's fresh.
Yeah. I was gonna say, there's so much, like, and I don't even know enough about sex work to really discuss it, but I would say it's definitely a field that's more fraught with danger, whether that be physical, emotional, or spiritual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I know what. Sorry, really quick. I was just going to say, when you don't have obstacles, rejection is deeply difficult to face.
Oh, because you're not like used to it in any way.
So
that makes sense to me.
That is a fear for them.
Like,
is getting told no.
They're baffled
or
when something doesn't go
or
right.
That's not what I want.
Sure.
Or you're bad at this. You're bad at this. Or even just like, I don't like that. What do you mean you don't like it? You know, it's like.
Did you ever struggle with giving men notes in bed?
Not until I met someone who was very defensive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were okay with an ongoing dialogue with your sexual partners?
Yeah, and it wasn't until someone who was very defensive, and now I look back and realize, I don't mean it like I was right, but I look back and realize, like, when someone is defensive like that, God. Or someone is making you feel bad about yourself, it's so deeply them. They are projecting. It's projection 101.
Right.
If I make fun of you dancing, it's because I don't know. Exactly. I don't feel comfortable dancing. You know, and then that's so sad.
I know.
Because you should be out dancing and doing your thing, and you look so great, and people are attracted to you in that way. But if I go, ew, you know, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I never do that again. It's like, oh, no. It's them. It's not you.
It's the YouTube commenters, where it's like, how is someone sitting there and like trying to be as mean as possible to this stranger? Like, I can't fathom it, because I can't imagine saying anything like that. Like, ew, you look stupid dancing, or ew, look, what's wrong with her fucking, like, no, you know, just whatever it is. And it's like, yeah, it really points a sign to a damaged person.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just sort of like, I guess you have the energy to do that.
Do you ever read your comments?
Well, I definitely have, of course.
Do you engage with them?
I have, absolutely.
Like both positive and negative?
Yeah.
What's like, do you have a go-to to negative comments? Or do you like try to ruin them? That's my instinct, to burn them to the ground.
I've had some back and yeah, absolutely. I've had some back and forth that end with them being like, I'm 16. And I'll go, well, then you can't even come to a show of mine.
Yeah.
So, and they like have to go to work at Target or something. I was like, have a good shift. Like, that's how it ended. I was like, yeah, this isn't for you. I've said this on podcasts before, but it's like, again, it's going back to a very privileged life is to think you should comment.
Totally.
Because you think everything's for you. It's like, oh, baby, nothing's for you.
Yeah.
It's not for you. So I actually don't need to hear from you because it's not for you.
Right.
Like, this isn't even your corner of the internet.
Right.
So bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. The fact that you think we need to hear your opinion is so
Oh, I love that.
white and male.
That's liberating.
Yeah.
I block when I see something I don't like.
I don't want them to have the
really?
pleasure of it. Yeah.
To me, it's like, oh, I'm putting stuff out there, like, yeah, and you don't get to see it anymore.
I just restrict.
Oh, I love.
So they think they've commented, but it gets no likes.
Fuck yeah. Do you remember your first orgasm?
I think it probably
To
was.
go from
It was
evil
probably
commenters on YouTube.
with that girl. I think that
Really?
feeling. Yeah, because we were rubbing on each other to get that feeling.
Great.
But then I think I was telling you, like, I did have. It was always paired with. Excuse me.
A little bit of.
It was paired with a little bit of shame right after, because those early experiences.
And you think it might be because it was girl on girl and you knew that was like a little.
I think so. And also naked and with someone else.
Sure.
And, not fully naked, and we weren't even developed. So it was just our pants down. But I think, it was just a little bit like that feels so good and you want to do it. We do it every day after school or something. And then right after it's like, oh, we shouldn't be doing that. So, and I would do it at home and like rub on things. And then similarly, the feeling would come over me like, oh no, I shouldn't be doing that. But it wasn't so harmful that I didn't keep doing it. It wasn't so harmful that like I thought I was like evil or bad. I just was like, ooh, I don't know if I should be doing this. In the same way that when I started having sex, I think I was about 15 or 16 with somebody I loved. It also, it was really great first experience with him. I just saw him for last weekend.
Wait, stop.
My first love. Yeah.
Stop. Wait, in your first.
I posted about it on the internet. I was like, me and Jeb together again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's just nice to see him.
Wait, tell me then about this is your first boyfriend?
Not my first boyfriend, but my first like love. And my virginity loss.
What is the distinction there? You were friends who
now
FWB? No, back in then.
Oh, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a sophomore and I was a senior. Or I'm sorry, I was a sophomore. He was a senior.
Love the
connection
dynamic.
is always very real.
Because it was very cool that he was a senior.
Yeah. No, I just mean like those grades always.
Oh yeah.
Something
link
happens
up
there.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I also kind of felt it a little there just because it's like. Excuse me. Sort of dangerous, like because I was not on birth control. Like so, it's like sort of it feels good. We love each other. I know I want to do it, but could get in trouble or I don't know everything. It's like I had enough knowledge, thankfully. I think obviously we don't teach kids enough about anything, but I think I had enough where we were being safe. I used to like shoot spermicide up there actually before sex. I was because I'm very thorough.
Clean.
Yeah, very clean, very thorough. So I was like, I can't get pregnant. But we use condoms and stuff.
Condoms and spermicide.
Yeah, I think it's so funny. I think he put it down the sewer on his way out. We'd always be like, hide the condoms. Stop. Yeah.
Bloop.
Yeah.
And that's how it.
Yeah, that's how it was
created.
The balloon of cum.
It pops just like marshmallow cream everywhere. What was the vibe about sex in your house? You have siblings, a sister?
Yes. I have two older sisters, but they
are you
eventually
the baby?
went off to,
Wow.
They think at that point, Hannah was probably a senior or something, so she was out a lot.
Did they pass down sex knowledge though? Or like what was like, okay.
No.
They were like, you're on your own.
Yeah, because Megan wasn't having it, and my oldest. Hannah was, but didn't talk to me about it because it was like kind of secretive.
Okay.
Even though like it was kind of rumors around school. Weird ones started circulating. I remember about my sister.
Really? Wait, can you say
one of them was like that.
Bad?
One of them was that her jock boyfriend would go down on her. This is like such a high school rumor.
Yeah.
Would go down on her, which I'm like, well, that seems not real to start. cum all over his face. Then he would lay out in the sun, let it dry, peel it off into little balls and flick it in school or something like that. I was like, this seems
like an urban legend.
Yeah, an insane rumor to begin.
Maybe he did that with his own jizz.
Yeah, I know.
You can definitely do that kind of thing with jizz, like, because I've had like, it's like your skin's peeling like after sun exposure.
Yeah.
But like flakes of cum.
Yes.
My memoir, flakes of cum.
Flakes of cum. Shoulder. Is that dandruff? Oh no, it's cum.
It's cum. It's
Tried cum.
No, gross dandruff.
But like jizz on your stomach or body and stuff when you get in the shower, the little balls it turns into is interesting. I've had that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's like
balls.
Yeah, it turns into like.
It does act like mercury where it like rolls around like on top of the skin.
Yeah. When it's dried, it's different, but I've had it like in the shower turn into like little balls. I think. I'm starting to doubt everything.
No, I love it. You've been with some dehydrated men.
I feel like I was with a guy who came dust one time. It was so odd.
Oh.
You know, almost like a dry shampoo. I don't even know.
No. Was this guy though, the senior when you were a sophomore, was he your first in a lot of things?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I mean, I had gotten badly fingered by another football player before then. Just a lot of harsh rubbing with a finger. And then some making out. And I think, like I had also, I had definitely gone down on my first boyfriend.
Okay.
But back to my like clean perfectionism ways.
Spermicide.
I blew him once and then didn't feel like it was good enough, so I did it again.
Same night? Yeah. Whoa. What was the refractory period like? Do you remember?
Pretty quick.
Wow.
I mean, he was a teen. But we were also in my top bunk.
No. Was someone on the bottom?
No, I just had one of those cool loft beds.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait, was there a desk beneath it?
Uh-huh.
That is cool.
Really
honestly,
cool.
Let's bring it back.
I would love to.
Could you imagine if you had like your queen or king up there?
I wouldn't even mind. Yeah. Could be cool.
Yeah.
Especially if it was like stairs up to your bed.
Yeah.
And then land.
And then
this is
this
for a mansion.
The stairs are also like cubbies.
That would be cool. I'd like to climb up to my bed like that and then also have the desk underneath.
Yeah, it just frees up space.
Ceilings.
Not even that high. Unless you're standing on your bed.
Yeah.
You just need it to be like a man who's 6'2" can like be on his knees. Right? Or am I forgetting a sex position?
No.
I guess like
you're right. It doesn't have to be that high.
And it could actually add another layer of support.
The ceiling.
Like
yeah. This is college dorm vibes.
College dorm vibes indeed.
Mm-hmm. When we were recording, we talked about the bottoms up thing, right?
Bottoms up.
Remember?
I don't remember that at all.
When you guy was like,
ass
ready.
up.
Ass up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ass up is in this podcast. That might be the title. Ass up with Beth Stelling.
I was just looking back. I was like, I did get pretty heated on that topic, but it's just because again, I feel very fresh about my feelings on how heterosexual men are looking at women in the sort of like horror versus Madonna vibes, you know?
Sure.
So I think I'm angry about that because of what they're taught.
Yeah, it's
through porn and stuff.
It's despicable though in almost everyone's view on porn, where it's like people have these like strong opinions against porn. Most people watch some form of porn.
Yeah.
So they want to separate what they do with porn versus like the porn itself. And it's like, no, like, what are you talking about? Like these senators getting sucked off in airport bathrooms. I'm like, how make it make sense?
Yeah. I think that's kind of, I'm having complicated feelings on it where I haven't fully fleshed it out in my head.
You're probably also protective of women.
Yeah. I think I'm just like, because look, there could be some, it's not that I want to shame. That's the last thing I want to do.
Totally.
Like you should be able to share what you're into, but it's just like, it's almost like, it's a bad example, but like watching a rom-com and being pissed when someone doesn't do the things that Hitch did, you know? It's like, well, that's a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like not that different, I suppose, where it's like, she's acting. Like, I don't know.
This isn't real.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's porn stars out there like, no, I liked it. Or like, don't like, it's bad of me to say that these are poor women not liking it or something.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to come off that way, but
right.
I'm also like, for me, I guess I should just say for me personally, I'm looking at most of it like, that doesn't feel good.
what you see is not reflected in like
it's
your
trying to
life or
use
your
the Neverland map to find the clit or something. It's like it doesn't exist.
Neverland. I went to Michael Jackson.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, no. But also he wouldn't be able to find it either. Probably.
I guess some. Yeah, I guess some people can get off on just penetration,
feeling it.
Yeah,
like women.
I think. Yeah,
I've always
when it
heard
comes to the bum,
to girlfriends. I always hear that they're
clitoral.
They're touching their like being penetrating maybe, but like also stimulating their clit.
I think that's the issue for me, where it's like when you have to press another 2 buttons at the same time to release it or something.
I was thinking rub your stomach and pat your head.
It's like a dual thing. Like you don't just jackhammer somebody.
No. I mean, it's like bad fingering, but penis edition.
Right. And the other part of it too is it's like there's preparation that goes into it. Like what you're seeing is not same like every movie sex scene. That's why I'm so appreciative when there's foreplay in movies.
Oh, and it's not just like kiss and then
he like deep fucking.
He like reaches down and next thing you know it's like, oh, it's like, wait, where is it? Where does dick even come out of?
Mouth has to, it's like a mouth. If I stick my finger in your mouth, my finger's wet, but I jammed it through your lips. You should be drooling. I should slide into your mouth.
You should be drooling.
You should be drooling. It should easily go in, not just stuff it in.
Isn't there like quote unquote feminist porn though, or like porn made for women?
Yeah,
where
it's like I've definitely watched porn, so it's not something that I would never go like, ew, I would never. It's gross. It's not that. I definitely try to look for like realistic situations if I'm going to do it, but I really don't need it. I just don't. I'm thankful for that. Yeah, I don't have a huge sexual appetite that I can't deal with.
Take care of it yourself.
I don't know. I've definitely ebbed and flowed in my horniness, of course, over the years.
Yeah.
And who I'm with or what I'm up to or how busy I am or tired or the job. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm not asexual and I'm not like oversex.
That's great.
Yeah. Or oversexual.
I was oversexual. I'm on SSR. Like I'm on an antidepressant and it's made my sex drive dip, but I love it. Like not thinking about sex so much. Okay.
Yeah, and you were saying,
tower bottom.
So that's how you identify too, right?
Bottom?
Yeah.
I think God made me a bottom. But like what you're saying about aspirationally like into women maybe one day.
Yeah.
I would love to be like pansexual one day. Right now, bottom who likes dicks in him, but
but you like the connection of it too. And
yeah.
I was just gonna say similarly to a clit, right? Mm-hmm. If you're being penetrated, is there dick play?
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying? I was just curious about like, how it feels for you.
This is a great question.
Because obviously butt sex is different for everybody. Totally. I used to think that it was for nobody because it was like, as a
unnatural.
kid, I'd be like, no, not even unnatural. I think it was honestly more germophobic for me.
Oh, for
I was like,
sure.
that's poop. And even for me, obviously, it wasn't feeling good for me. I was like, I have this other perfectly reasonable hole.
God. Why are you?
Sure.
Why?
So I think for me, it was more just like, oh no, germs. And then also that's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
So the pleasure wasn't there, but as an adult now, I've talked to like one of my best friends, like just loves it. It feels very good to her. So it's like I recognize that it can feel good.
Sure. There are so many things. Okay, first of all, the main thing is I think women do have a prostate. It's much smaller. Men have a larger prostate that's stimulated as they're getting fucked. And that's connected very closely to your erection, kind of. Like your prostate swells when you're near orgasm. So if I'm getting fucked, which is a lot of preparation, it's like, do I feel like kind of I'm doing math. Like when did I eat last? When did I have a BM last? Like, am I clean? Is it good? Like, are we good to go? But then when you are relaxed and he's done some mouth work and I'm drooling and he's fucking me, as soon as I start to engage with my penis, and maybe this is like different for everyone, I come very fast.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's hitting my prostate, which is like telling my body orgasm's coming.
He's also coming, obviously, because
my butthole is a sweet treasure trove. But I will say anal induced orgasm is like almost blackout.
I bet.
Sensation, like whole body, like I'm surprised my butt doesn't like snap the dick off.
Yeah, I can imagine because like you already have the dick.
Yeah,
that's already getting worked or whatever.
Yeah,
then you add the butt into it.
Yeah, Yeah.
We're going crazy.
I am curious though with your girlfriend, like,
yeah.
And it must feel good to women,
right.
but I wonder if some of it is mental. Like, this is kinky. Like, you are in my ass.
Yeah. It's interesting that you asked that, because the truth is I just don't know. It's just really not for me.
Yeah.
Because
if I had a vagina, I'd sew my butthole shut.
Yeah.
It would never. And if a guy tried to fuck me in the ass, I'd be like,
you have a vagina
have you
hole.
lost your mind?
Yeah. Because also, does it affect your poops or anything later? Like, or like, is it
they come out as wafers. They've just been like pounded.
Coins.
No, if a guy like, I almost said it's TMI, but if a guy like comes in your butt, you'll like shit the cum out.
Yeah.
And
like,
that's
same for a vagina.
Okay. Like, to me, that's like unsettling, because I'm just like, oh man, like, what underwear should I be wearing now? Like, is it all out? Am I like leaking for the rest of the?
You need a pad.
I do.
I'll leave one in your bathroom.
A cum pad. Yeah. But other than that, anal can be great.
Yeah. Other than that, you're not really worried about it much after that. I think mine was a bad experience, even just trying it. So I felt like, oh gosh, now I'm never gonna be the same. And like, that was
assholes bounce back very fast.
Quickly.
Yeah. Strong muscle. I'm curious, the guy that you did it with a guy at once?
Yeah. But I actually, so going back to my own, obviously biased experiences, I felt like, well, that partner was abusive. So I felt like it was a power thing for them. And I often then put that on other people. And I have to understand that, no, some people have very healthy relationships and have butt sex with their husbands or their partners or their girlfriends or whatever.
Oh, but his is like a dominant, abusive thing?
And I've talked to other women who've experienced something similar. Because it's like they have total control to hurt you very badly.
Oh, wow. And they probably deem it as like degrading you?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's just like the full control over something that's very tenuous, like.
Wow.
And they could really hurt you with any wrong move or quickness or rip something. And whereas your vagina is also, similar, like you're saying. Obviously, the butthole is also resilient, but you can tear it, and then you have to spend days healing. And
babies don't come out of your butthole,
right? Yeah.
Wow. I've told guys too, like especially bigger guys or longer guys, I'm like, you cannot slam at any moment, because like there's a limit. And
I think that's the part of it, is this sort of like, if they're not healthy themselves and they don't respect your wishes, then they are hurting you badly.
And there's also masochistic people who like to see that they're kind of like
hurting you.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, let's go back to the good memory of losing your virginity to
Jeb.
Yeah. And is it okay that we said Jeb's government name?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I can't imagine that our parents didn't know, but what can they do now?
Yeah.
Time machine it?
Yeah,
Please.
there's a what statute of limitations? You get grounded.
I was gonna say one more year and it might have been illegal. But I would just say, like, we were young and exploring, and we felt like safe with each other and loved each other, and so it was like nice. Do you
remember like what it was? Did you say let's have sex on Thursday?
To say I didn't feel like pressure, and not from him necessarily. I don't mean like he was pressuring like we have to. And it wasn't like classic high school, like I'm gonna dump you if you don't, tonight's the night or else. Yeah, but I would say, like, I think that's the root of a lot of problems that persist, and even what we were just discussing before, which is this will keep him. Like I want to please him, and this will keep him, and
that's what they want.
Yeah, and for so long, like, I don't know how many women. I have a joke about it in the special, which is like, we don't even look down, or so many women feel very uncomfortable with. I've taken girlfriends to get their first vibrators, or so many girls feel uncomfortable with that, pleasuring themselves or knowing what they like. I think it's different nowadays, but or even receiving cunnilingus, like, oh no, are you okay? Do you hate that? Is it bad? Like, it's just so odd. Whereas a guy, it's like, suck my dick.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's perfect. You're welcome. So I think, like,
it's like a corkscrew.
I think the keeping them is something, or giving them what they want.
Sure.
Because I know, like, to get railed like that. Like, I know women who've had experiences who allow themselves to get railed without kissing, without pleasure. And it is based in their own unhealthiness. Like, they feel like they deserve it. And it's like, how do you stop because then now there's a bunch of guys who are out there doing that.
Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like they
Gave
like it
to
or that
her.
behavior is
Yeah.
okay. And it's like, I really don't blame them, because I've had experiences early with a guy I liked where, I mean, I'm not like, yeah, that feels so good, like porn style, but I have been like, oh yeah, that's good. And it's not good.
Yeah.
And I know it seems like the whole faking the orgasm thing, like it's almost like an insult afterwards, you know, like, hey, will you go on a date with me? And you say no, and they're like, well, you're fucking ugly. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, okay, well, like the turn is so,
Sure.
it feels immature to be like, well, you never made me come. It's like, okay, well, you should have told me
yeah,
that.
like this is still on you
But
a
it's
little
all
bit.
problematic, because
Totally.
it's just like, well, the reason I didn't tell you because I wanted to keep you, and
I didn't feel
also
comfortable
I get
and-
my confidence because I'm taught that that's my worth.
Ugh.
It's all fucked.
It's a
I
layered
think it's all terrible, and we're
issue.
fucked. But yeah, obviously I've had really great experiences too. I felt like I remember, it's hard for me to remember, but I'm almost positive we had like foreplay and enjoyment and kissing and
The first time guy?
Yeah, me and like, cause we did
Jeb,
a lot.
sorry.
We had a lot of sex.
Like after you had it the first time, it was like good. And you're like, I can't wait to
loved
do
it.
that
Yeah,
again.
it was very, like, I felt very free in myself. The only thing I probably was insecure about is I had no tits. Like,
Oh.
I just was very flat chested for a long time because I was a gymnast
Really?
for so long. I had pecs. I was like ripped.
I knew girls like you.
Yeah.
And actually when they quit, their bodies like fucking changed. Yeah. Yeah. They're like, oh, you're a girl.
Yeah, I got so tall, it just didn't make any sense.
Wow.
To be a gymnast. But yeah, it was the only thing I remember being kind of insecure about, but he never made me feel insecure about that. Yeah. And we just loved each other and stuff. So it was like positive.
Why did you and Jeb end?
I do believe he went off to college,
Yeah.
and then I went to go visit my sisters in college, and one of his old best friends from high school like came on to me, and I didn't exactly
Stop
do the
it.
best job of stopping. We didn't have sex or anything, but we kissed. I felt terribly guilty because he was also dating one of my friends that was still
Oh my
in high school. It was
God,
a terrible mess.
Very Dawson's Creek.
Oh yes, and it was messy because it's like I liked that girl. It was just wrong. It sucked. Again,
Was you, like, drunk
we
at a
did not
party?
have sex. He was in college and just like came on to me, and I was like probably flattered or.
Of course.
But I could not be honest about it. And then that blew everything up. And she and I are actually friends. I probably did her a favor because she's not with that guy. He's
Sure.
a douche. But
Wow.
she's so happy and successful and married to a sweet guy who's a doctor.
Good.
But yeah, this guy was sort of deadbeat. So,
But you just saw Jeb last week.
yeah, I'm not talking about Jeb being.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, the guy she
Yeah.
was
No,
with
yeah.
that I
But
ruined
you,
it.
sorry, jumping.
No, but I did
too.
see Jeb last week at our other high school friend's wedding.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and he came and saw me at the Comedy Cellar in Vegas. He came with me, and we stayed up talking forever. And we always, we have a nice relationship.
Are you still attracted to him?
It seems like another lifetime.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's so handsome. Yeah, but it seems like another lifetime. I don't really let myself go there.
Okay. Is he betrothed? Is he?
Yes,
Okay.
he's married. Yeah.
Okay.
But they have a very healthy relationship and happy, and they've been together for like 12 years. And, but yeah, no. So I guess that's probably part of it.
That
But,
year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that you don't like open yourself up to be like, yeah, I want to fuck him. Yeah.
But no, I guess I should just say, like, I recognize he's a handsome guy. He like takes care of himself and he's so cute. But yeah, I just feel like it's like another lifetime.
Yeah. You were definitely a different person.
Yeah.
So then after him, does he take you to the end of high school, or was there another high school
That
boy?
was in high school. There was no really other high school. It wasn't until college, and then I had Jason.
Did you go away to college?
Yeah,
Because you said dorm earlier, dorm
yeah.
vibes.
I did, and Jason was sweetheart. He was very insecure. I remember, about himself.
Wait, anything specific, like physically or emotionally or
I
like
think
intellectually?
I remember that it was more of a shaved chest thing. He felt hairy. Yeah.
I like
He was
hairy
insecure
chest.
about the hairiness of his chest, but that was also kind of a different time. Very fratty.
Oh.
Abercrombie.
I shaved in nerd
Yeah.
places.
Abercrombie. Yeah. But
Abercrombie. That
he
was
was a sweetheart. I don't know. It was positive. It wasn't like, I don't remember, mind blowing. Also, I had gained a lot of weight then in college, and so I think I was going through my own.
Were you in Chicago at this point?
That was still in Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, Southwest Ohio. I went to college at Miami.
Oh.
But yeah, insecurities play such a role in all of this, I think. I think that's sometimes maybe why the younger guys I've dated in the last couple of years, 'cause I never used to date younger. I think I'm, a comic, so I'm arrested development, like I'm a child, in a lot of ways, and immature. I'm also very type A comic in that I like take care of my shit and I'm on top of it.
And you're very successful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But I just mean, I think there is like that maybe happening where you kind of never grow up type thing. And
it's a very special breed of human being.
Yeah. And I also think younger guys have been attracted to me because yeah, I am doing well and I am a comic that they may like or something like that. Because I'm just thinking about the last couple partners. But I am putting it on myself too, like, because I just never was really attracted to younger people.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was just thinking about that for a second. Oh, but insecurities. Like, that's where I was going with it. Because as you age, you just have, in my opinion, less of them. Like, you're just like, this is it. Like, I'm me and I like myself. And
well, and the world continues spinning. It used to be like, oh, this bad haircut, like, ruined my life. And you're like, oh, I got a bad haircut.
Right.
Like, it'll grow out.
Yeah.
I already forgot about it.
So I think that's attractive to them as well.
Totally.
Especially when they're dealing with girls who are, oh, God, I don't even want to be young on Instagram.
I'm so glad we didn't have, like, social, like...
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I see how it's united people. And
I know.
Maybe
I don't know if we're the... I don't know if we're the
alone.
people who are like, rock and roll. Elvis Presley's crazy. Arrest that man. Social media.
But no, it's molding a very special... generation of people.
Yeah, I mean, there's teenagers that are dressing, acting, looking, doing makeup like grown ass women.
Well, there's no awkward phase anymore.
Yeah,
they're manicured from like baby to now.
Sixth grade. They're like, what shape is your non-existent pussy hair in? Oh, I got a decal.
Bejeweled. Yeah, they're like euphoria pussies.
Bejeweled until I grow my pubes. All the jewels.
Were you, so this is like college. Did you find your sex life like spiking at any point, or like casual sex, or are you always a relationship girl?
There have been little blips of like multiple partners or me having my, this is my fun summer. So yeah, I'm typically serial monogamist, I guess, but I try to get out of that. And then
wait, why?
Because I always I personally don't want to ever get married, but so I'm using the term as in just like a general attachment thing. I just marry too quickly.
Okay.
It's like if somebody's like, I love you, I'm like, I must too.
Yeah. Like, okay,
so,
I can do this.
Yeah. It's sort of just like if they want me and they want me a lot, I've experienced that for a while. Like if some guy comes onto me really strong, I'm like, this is it. Not like I think they're the one necessarily, but I'm like, this is safe because they're so into me.
Yeah.
I don't feel insecure. And
this is so interesting though, because that to me seems in conflict with not wanting to get married. Or is there a reason behind not wanting to get married?
I think it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a waste of money and stuff. And I get if maybe you need to do a tax break, but I think it's absurd.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, this is, again, I don't want to be mean to people and...
You can be mean.
Say like you're dumb, but I think it's the stupidest thing on the planet.
I do think it is an interesting thing to put at a finish line.
It's archaic.
Like, I know.
It's quite literally archaic.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy. We're fucked. No, but I just mean I think we would all be healthier if we learned how to love and appreciate people and then move on when the time came. But by the way, I say these things. It's like what I told you earlier. I would probably have, if I have a bunch of cavities. If I stopped eating sugar, they'd go away. Can I have some Skittles? So I'm not saying I'm better than you. I do all the shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish my thought about that. I've been with men and faked it or whatever, so then I can hopefully build a trust and rapport with them so they won't hurt me or they'll like me enough so I can tell them well, here's what actually works.
Right.
So anyway, I'm just saying I'm not shaming these women for taking it when it's bad and you're promoting bad behavior. They absolutely are, but I've also done it.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah, so I'm not over here thinking I'm better than
glass
anybody.
houses. Yeah.
And similarly to the marriage thing, I think that's where my mind went back to that for a second.
Yeah.
But yes, I struggle with letting go very, very much. It's almost they have to do irreparable harm for me to let them go, even though I know it's not right. So I can be with someone, know that it's bad, want out. And if they stop it first, I'm my ego might be a little well, I wanted to end it first. But it's but thank you.
Yeah.
Because I never would have.
Right.
And that's bad and unhealthy and sad.
Wow.
So there's stuff that I'm still working through with that. But usually they have to do something irreparable or, something so bad that even they know I can't go back to them.
Oh, wow.
I need a good enough excuse.
They're kind of like the kid who's like to the dog, like, go away, I hate you. I hate you. Go. And they throw rocks at the dog and the dog's like confused, but they're like, okay. I guess this is over. Is that truly a trend that's you've found yourself in?
Yeah, maybe it's just the last
last 7.
My ex and my ex boyfriend.
Oh, so jumped around a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I would say I've definitely I think I've had the healthiest probably relationships with people not in the industry and not comics.
No.
Go figure.
There is something, okay, I don't think I could ever date a comic, but it's different being
You just
gay.
absolutely
There's fewer of them.
shouldn't.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Although there are
Terrible
comedians, couples who make
They're
it
not
work.
healthy.
To be clear, I don't think a lot of people are healthy.
Yeah, I'm including myself in it. So
Totally. And I do think we're probably at our healthiest when we're single.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're like happy
Yes.
day to day as a single person, you're like, you're on the right track,
Yeah.
kid. But being a gay comic, not enough gay comics in the world to do that. Oh fuck, I forgot. Oh, but being in the industry, it is kind of nice to be able to understand. Like, have you dated a guy with a boring job? You're like,
You can justify anything. You can
Yeah.
say, I gotta date somebody in the industry because, well, no, I'm out so late at night. You know what I mean? And then I gotta date somebody out of the industry because I just come home and I have to talk
don't
about
have
it. Get a fucking life. Masturbate and die alone. You've really caught me at a time.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's actually,
you've caught me at a time is what it is.
Are you freshly out of the relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
My eye twitched. I think I'm scared.
I'm just railing against. But truly, wouldn't we all be better off if we really accepted, like, it's not a matter of
Solitude.
Hey, I used you for this and I'm done. Bye. It's like, we went through this together. We had so much fun, and I feel like I am changing and going a different direction. Are you feeling that too? Like a little bit, but I'm having trouble letting go. It's like, well, let's move on from each other if we can. But thank you so much. Like, I've tried that and it doesn't work, of course. Like, I remember saying to someone, I don't want to continue this relationship. I have so much love for you.
Yeah.
Can we not just leave it at love?
Yeah.
And I tried that, and it doesn't work because someone's always going to be more hurt.
Sure.
You know, so they were very hurt by that. I mean, they, I think, appreciated that I was being caring, but
Yeah.
but they were so, it's usually a level of maturity, I suppose. I think they were on the more immature side and just was like, no, you know, and the minute they felt like I moved on, but they had also moved on. They were just hiding it. So it's just like a lot of immaturity.
So it's like a pride thing that you got to at first?
No, I think they just wanted to stay together, but they were setting up other options for their career and potentially needed, you know, would rather stay or something. But I was like, but I don't want to be in that relationship. But can we not just leave it nicely?
Can we be honest?
No.
Yeah.
The answer was no.
So you're saying it kind of does lack honesty often, or we play a game. We play like we're acting. We're like doing charades.
I did my best to say, like, I just don't want to be in this type of relationship with you anymore.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that.
I broke up with a guy. We made it to a year, which is the longest I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like we've transitioned into a strong friendship. And I think we should maybe just pursue that.
Yeah.
Because we weren't we were kind of intimate, but not like our relationship plateaued and we weren't growing. Like, and he took it well.
Okay, good.
He was like, yeah, I noticed that too. I like you a lot, but
yeah,
you know, let's put this to bed sort of. And I think it hurt him.
I think it hurts.
But like, who wants to hear that
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I freaking like, it's so hard to be honest, but it can be, I should say, when you might hurt someone. But I just dealt with so much lying that I'm traumatized by it. That's why I think I'm so like cynical right now.
So true that the truth,
it's easier.
Well, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Whether you tell them the truth immediately or whether they dig and dig and dig till you finally say the real thing.
Yeah.
So it's just, it hurt. You're right. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's a super uncomfortable Band-Aid pull.
Yeah.
Or a long long Band-Aid pull where it's like
Yeah.
pulling out individual arm hairs and you're like,
I know. And they're like, just put it back on. Put it back
yeah.
on.
Okay. I don't mind Band-Aids actually. Like they're kind of cute and they have big penises or whatever.
But that's the thing. It's like you said, you reach a certain point and like that is kind of the hard part, which is we all anything messaging we've absorbed because we grew up here in America. So it's like we watched all the movies, we've seen the news, we've watched parents, like it's just so whether you really want to or not, you are on a track. So that's the hard part.
Oh, like participating in the like rat race or whatever.
Yeah. And so it's almost like pack a bag. Come on, let's go. We're on this trip together.
Yeah.
And then you get on the trip and it's sort of like, I don't want to be on this trip with you anymore. Like, well, you fucking made me pack.
Yeah.
For like 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and I bought
can
clothes
you
that
go
you
home?
like. Yeah. You're like,
I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess this is where
you just have to find other like-minded people.
yeah. I think too, boundaries really help me. I'm the type of person who is terrible at them. Like I'm like, here's my boundary, but could you actually hold on to it? Otherwise it's going to fall.
Oh,
So-
like you
so
won't reinforce it.
I'm just saying that's probably my weakness. So
Interesting.
So like, yeah,
You're an anomaly.
I don't know. I have dated all different types of people too. So not all bad.
No.
And some of them have been really great and I still like, have great relationships with them.
You know why you're far and away better than most people besides your comedy? Is that you're doing all this introspective work. A lot of people do not stop to like look inward.
I would say I'm like
Looking
probably
too deeply.
too often. Yeah. I don't think it's like, isn't that like kind of an insult when they say a movie's too navel gazy or something? What's that mean?
Never heard that term.
We gotta look that
not
up
to shame
later.
you, but
No.
navel gazing.
Yeah.
Like
So
like aware of itself.
we might need to look it up.
Okay.
That just came to me. 'Cause
Sure.
It's like I am so aware to the extent that sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to be selfish. You know what I mean? Where I'm constantly trying to figure out what's going on with me. But the truth is, looking back at this last relationship, it's like I fucking nailed it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And if I had just not
The relationship?
I nailed exactly all the issues, exactly what was happening, but was told by them I was wrong.
Oh, you were like gaslit?
For a year and a half.
Oh.
But so to look back and know I was right, and all I had to do was just trust myself.
Oh.
And I didn't. And it's like I'm way too far on this road of life to not have been trusting myself.
But
Let's blame the pandemic and let's blame
because the relationship began in the
my
pandemic
childhood or something.
Yeah, plague and childhood.
Blame it all. Yeah, it started in the pandemic.
So I see this too, and you were being optimistic. I think.
I was really seeing probably something in someone I wanted the best in them, and
you're trusting.
you're too trusting, too giving. It's kind of like what I said. This is an example of a past partner who was great at boundaries, and it only served me, and we were able to be so honest with each other, and it was great to the point where it's like, hey, can you come over? Well, I actually just hooked up with someone today. So if that's not okay with you, why don't we meet up in a couple of days? So I have the choice to go like, actually, maybe just shower and maybe we'll check in later tonight or something. Like, obviously shower, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
It was just like,
I know that you were able to, because we established honesty.
you knew exactly where
There were absolutely bumps where I was hurt.
Sure.
Like it's like you always want to be their favorite or their number one or something.
Yeah.
Yet you're able to have multiple people. So that's the other trouble of stuff I've run into where I say, and I have been very open, do you want to keep this open? Do you want to keep dating other people? Because it's like, then they lie. I think they want to be able to do it and you don't. And that's the most irritating thing to me. It's like, okay, so if you don't put up the boundary, the story I trailed off on was, I remember hooking up with this person that I'm talking about now, who we reached a great level of honesty. And I was like, I got you this something for your birthday. And they're like, and they meant it. And they said, please return it. And I did. And they were absolutely right to do that because that's me. That's the boundary I'm talking about. I will pour everything into you to show you that I love you.
wow.
If you let me. But if your fucking bucket has no bottom, you're ruining my life. Now, I'm also ruining my life. I need to take responsibility. But I'm just saying, like, I really need someone who's like, return the shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, but return the
return
shirt.
it.
That's very, very sweet of you, but you have to return it, please.
Because they wanted something very casual.
Yeah. And that was the perfect thing for me. Because otherwise I will give you literally everything that I have. Wow. So when someone takes it, it's not that I'm doing it because I need you to be ingratiated to me or like I need to be in power or something.
Sure.
It's like, that's just how I show my love. I just want you to feel good. I love giving gifts. I love, I'm not going to like not be able to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's not like
you're
absurd.
not like a wackadoodle.
I'm not like, I've got you a brand new car. Like, it's just, but if you let me keep pouring all my time and energy, I will.
Wow.
So I even had a more recent conversation with someone who was like, I'm not really looking for this or that. I was like, that's great. Because I need someone who's able to say the truth.
Even if it's not glamorous or not like what we're trained
the
to.
Honesty of like, I respect you. Would you feel disrespected if we just hooked up and I didn't want to spend time with you outside of it? I'll let you know.
It's like if they tell you what their red flags are, they're not really red flags anymore.
Yes.
You're like, look, I lose interest once I have sex with someone.
Yeah. And that might happen.
Yeah.
Or right now I'm drinking too much and I know it.
I've never in my life heard someone.
I'm just giving someone an example out there. I'm so thankful I don't struggle with alcohol or drugs. Like I am really genuinely thankful. Sugar's my thing. But you know what I'm saying? Because I know how difficult it can be.
Yeah.
And it's hurt me badly. And I've seen it hurt so many people. So it's like, I understand that it's not easy for the person dealing with it too. But it's just like, if you could just say anything like that to someone to prepare them for what might happen to them.
Honesty.
Yeah.
It is so interesting though, because it's such a fragile or a delicate dance, because it's like they don't want to have a problem with something,
Of course.
or they don't want to see themselves that way. So they're like,
much that.
I'm working on myself. It's like, well, what specifically? And do I agree?
And do I need
that
some other
part
version of you?
Yeah.
Because if you're lying to me from the beginning, then I am thinking, it's like, even if we met and I say, I don't normally date smokers, and you said, I do smoke when I drink, and you didn't feel the need to add, but I'm trying to quit.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to quit. So
but now I see hope, and now I'm like, oh, he's a maybe.
Yeah. Just say, I do smoke when I drink. And prevent yourself from trying to do the extra work. I mean, again, I'm guilty of all this shit. The whole like, I can't help, but I stopped myself earlier. There's someone who was getting in touch with me that wanted to hang out, and I don't want to hang out with them. And
friend or boy?
I'm trying to think. There's
they famously can't. Boys can't be friends, but
it was something along the lines of me saying like, I'm actually, or like, hey, can you do this now? And I was like, I can't. And then I stopped myself from going, but I'm free Thursday.
I can't now, but I also don't want to.
Yeah, I could say that, but I think sometimes you don't have to be so brutally honest. They will pick up on it, but you don't see it as giving them hope. You see it as, okay, but I can't tonight, but Thursday I'm totally open. Well, Thursday's going to come and you're not going to want to do it.
Right.
So don't even tell them about Thursday.
Totally.
And when you say I can't
can't
tonight, potentially they will pick up on that. And if not, then you do need to be further honest.
Yeah.
But anyway,
everyone does all these niceties,
and I do too.
Are you doing this
Constantly.
Is this like right now?
No. I was just keep worried that it's
No, I know. I just think it's so funny that like you're like here
I'll spend
like
the rest of my life with you.
I have asked. I feel like I've pestered some people to do the pod. That's
I don't feel pestered by you.
Okay, great.
I never.
I
got in touch with you.
I know. I loved it.
I begged to come on here to be cynical. I was like, let me spread my message of cynicism and hate.
The world's over.
Porn's ruining the world.
Climate change we didn't talk about, but it's in the mix.
We did before it started recording.
We did. Oh, that will never, the hidden episode. So you're fresh off a...
I was hilarious on that part, by the way. Very optimistic.
So funny. You are in a freshly broken up.
Yeah.
Like, what's your sex drive like now?
Currently 0. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your sex drive like, okay,
it's recovering from damage, you know?
of course.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't,
yeah. I hope I can get back to like being open again and not feeling rushed or shamed or like, I hope I can like, you know what I mean? I think it's the last thing you want to do is like get prickly and close off and say like, you hurt me and I'll never love again. You know, you want to get back
if
to
you
being
say it like
open
that,
again.
I'm actually totally fine with it.
I'll never love again. Yeah, you want to, so yeah, I think I just need to sort of recover a bit.
I will say, I think it's very good that you're coming from a place of you like do give yourself, you do open your heart, and like you just have to like guard it a little bit more.
I do.
But like, I think that's better than being like a cold person who needs to like open up more. Does that make sense?
I'd rather be in my position
Yes.
than the opposite.
And I think when you just accept the fact that like the other side of love is this painful thing you're feeling right now, it's always going to be.
Yeah.
You're not, unless you literally go into something like, I like him, but I'm not going to tell him I like him. And I like, that's not fun.
No. And that's the thing. Like, but this is the interesting connection, right? With sex and intimacy. Like, to me, there has to be a scent of it in sex. There has to be at least a scent of intimacy in sex. Because I personally, I'm just, otherwise it's literally body parts banging around and
Ass
terrible.
up. Yeah.
I'm just like,
I've been with guys
if
where I'm
I
like,
can't like smell your neck, meaning like if that like is like ugh to me, like why would I let you inside of me?
Checked out. But there's like guys, I'm sure you've experienced this, where I'm like, oh, like he doesn't know I'm here. Like
I don't like that.
He's on a different page,
like a wall, basically.
Yeah, or he's like trying to find it in him to.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I've made myself out to be a troll in bed, but like you know what I mean. Just like he's like
no,
he's just like. I could be anything. Like,
yes. And it does. See, that's the part where I'm just like, it doesn't feel good.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd almost rather live in like a foreplay area.
Yeah.
Where I'm like constantly kind of like touching, kissing, caressing, rubbing.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
But I think too then creeps in the whole, what do I owe you? And that's why I actually don't go on dates and I don't accept drinks from people at bars. And
oh my God.
I don't like feeling like I owe you something.
Nothing.
And if I get you in bed or something, then I feel like, oh God, he's going to be mad.
What are the dynamics? Yeah. Like
I just want something natural and easy. And I hope that, I mean, I really am in no rush.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Roll around in that money you're making. Okay, what is a piece of advice you'd give to little Beth before she began her sexual journey?
Again, I feel like really thankful that mine was so positive.
Yeah.
So, as it, like the beginnings of it, at least.
Yeah.
I would just, but also, you know, sometimes you can, what you've become can color the past. So maybe I was, like I mentioned, more like sort of more insecure than I remember about my boobs or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, this is the annoying part where it's like you could, no matter what advice you give, don't date him, they'll date him.
Oh, yeah,
you know
yeah.
This is the annoying part where it's just sort of like, you're going to walk through it yourself no matter what. But if I could tell...
you don't have to like change it. Like, don't go on October 18th to the ice cream shop. But it's like, yeah.
It would just be like, it's so cliche, but, you know, being... loving what you see in the mirror and just being and trusting yourself is obviously what's attractive to other people. You know, when you are feeling good on your own and sort of like safe in yourself is when you're gonna probably have the most enjoyable experiences. And also figuring out what you like on your own so you can feel okay to share it with
Twitter
your partner on Twitter specifically. Yeah.
Hey, whatever lets people know.
Tweet about what you're into. That's it. I mean, like I'm never someone who fucks on the road.
Really?
No.
There's nothing.
There's never been a time where I've met a guy after a show, even if I thought it was super hot, and I thought they'll fuck me, right? Never once.
Why? You don't feel safe?
Definitely, there's a safety factor, but also just like, is this person going to be somebody I want my mouth touching their mouth?
That's where you make out of the bar a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you should.
I have a 25 city tour coming up starting in August.
Oh, wait. Actually, where can people find you so we don't forget to
You
do
can
that?
find me you just go to bethstelling.com or at Beth Stelling.
And then 25 City Tour?
Starting in August.
Is this to work on your new hour? Or are you touring
I'm starting. Yeah, I started touring again in January. So I've been touring for the last 3 months. I'm going to take the summer off and then get back at it. But
Okay.
yeah, I do have a new hour like that, but it's not good enough. So I'll make it better.
Well, of course you will.
Yeah.
But wait, please promise me you'll consider just suss it out. Okay, this is the other problem though. I do say I've never enjoyed, oh my God, no offense if this is you, going with the fan or the audience member to their thing. Like, we're going to be at the Blue Jay, and I go and
come
I'm like,
meet us at this bar.
yeah. And I'm like, ugh. But I have met guys on Grindr who were at the show.
Okay.
Like, just saw you perform. We're
That
at this
was
gay
fun.
bar. Like,
Okay.
and that's like fine. But like, consider it.
Okay.
Like if he's like, like that hot, scruffy plaid shirt
Yeah,
with like
yeah,
some
yeah.
girlfriends and just use
I
your,
know.
suss it out. Oh my God. Because this is the thing. It's very vacation sex vibes. Hotel
Yeah.
rooms are fucking hot. And like the fact that like he can say or he can go.
I mean, I do have a mic, so I could say like, if there is anyone here who feels they're really good at cunnilingus,
just shout out.
raise your hand now, or I'll see you after the show.
Raise your hand. Someone will be by to put a sticker on you.
I'm clean. I'm shaved.
Yes.
I don't know. I'll think about
Consider it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for doing the pod.
it. Of course. I hope I was funny enough.
You were very funny.
I was so pessimistic.
No. Okay, and now just it's a quick bonus thing. Is that okay?
A boner part.
Oh yeah.
Was I too pessimistic?
No,
I was
you're-
being so. I think after we re-recorded,
You were like,
I was really
hate
judging
this.
myself. No, I was judging myself because I know where I'm at with my opinions on the things that I feel like hurt my last relationship. So I'm investigating them now, and ideally they will become material that help people who are also trying to figure out. Like I want to sue porn for damages to my pussy. Do you know what I mean?
I think you have a case, if I'm being honest. Could you imagine a class action suit
Against porn. And I win?
Yeah, of
Supreme
course you
Court?
win. This is our Lifetime movie.
Cream. Okay, gotta go.
Supreme.
Supreme Port. Wait, god dang it. I love how I said god dang it.
This is hot or not.
Oh.
I'm gonna say things and you tell me if you find them hot or not. Okay, so PDA.
Oh. I know I'm supposed to say hot or not right away, but
You can say whatever you want.
I mean, are they attractive people?
No, for you. Like, I mean, no, it can't. It's two of the ugliest people you've ever seen in your life. And he has his hand down the backside of her pants, fingering her butthole at a Kesha concert. No. Hot.
Okay. Yes, with me, I think it's hot. Like, but nothing gross.
Okay, I was going to say, the line is probably like kissing.
Kissing and like, yeah, I guess just arms around each other or holding hands.
Cute.
Or a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like PDA.
Okay.
When it's that.
What's that?
When it's that. Like
When it's
not
that,
a
yeah.
full makeout. I'm not like, let's go fuck in the park and see if anybody notices.
Okay, so then sex in public is
A no for me.
Okay. No for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
What about voyeurism? Like watching people?
I've
you're
never
at-
done that.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, like if I could see those people.
yes. Or
I've
usually it's
actually
when they
heard
know
people
they're being watched.
Oh, okay. I've definitely heard people like boning in a hotel and like
I'm kind of like,
it depends, obviously.
Yeah.
Like if sometimes it can be hot if you're like, oh, just the idea of it is turning me on. But yeah,
if
I
it's
don't know.
3:42 a.m. and you're like,
Typically, I'm yelling something like, "It's not that good." I usually say something like that because if I can hear her like,
like
I'm
no,
like, it's not.
no.
It's just not that good.
Put the lie detector on her tits.
Yeah,
See how she
she's
really
lying.
feels. Wait, well, maybe it was two women. Do you think?
Yeah, but it was a guy.
Okay.
I heard the fighting beforehand.
Hey, that's foreplay for a lot of them.
It's true.
Just
Just gotta lock horns here first. And I can get it up.
spanking.
Hot or not spanking. I mean, that's the thing. You have to be good at it. A spank in the wrong spot is like, ow.
You just hit me.
You idiot.
It's got to be like the meat of the ass.
The spank in the good spot. Sorry, I just ate a Skittle.
That's it.
Spank in the good spot is like, yeah, that's hot.
But like, obviously, any untrained spanker.
Yeah.
Have you ever spanked a man?
Yeah, but I don't know if it was during intercourse. I definitely am a butt grabber.
Really? Like out in the wild?
I'm a butt grabber in bed.
Oh, like specifically around?
I love touching their butt.
Have you been with guys who like penetration on their butt?
No.
Okay.
I feel bad. There's been like one boyfriend did really want that. And I just know him to be like so inept I had to teach him how to scrub his armpits.
No.
So I was like, I don't want to finger your beehole.
Yeah, like there's no way.
And then another one, I did finger his beehole just like because we were both like, I don't know, we could try it, you know. I'm telling you, I feel so terrible. It must have really hurt him because it was like
He screamed?
No, I didn't do. This is when I have compassion for men. Meaning, like, when they mess up sexually, like, you should just say, I'm so like, there's nothing more relieving than someone saying, you know what, I actually don't really feel confident in what I'm doing. Could you direct me a little?
Yeah.
Like, there's literally nothing wrong with doing that. I know it's hard, but I would love it. If a guy was like, it's not that I don't want to go down to you, it's just I don't know if you're going to like it. How
so
if you could just like direct me, I would love that. And I'd be like, yeah, okay, just like start with like that with your tongue. That feels really good. Yeah, like that.
Men famously don't ask for directions.
Yes, and they're not, again, down there. So this is why I'm saying nobody's perfect, and I relate, and then I'm included in that, where I didn't do anything. I didn't lick my finger. I didn't get lube. I just put, it was a pinky, so it's not like I like traumatized the beehole. Like sandpaper. Why would I do that? Honestly, I was like, what were you thinking? And I apologized. Because in the moment, he was like, what?
Do you have a tampon joke?
I don't think so.
Dun, dun, dun,
oh,
dun,
yes,
dun.
I do.
Yeah.
In my half hour. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I forgot about that.
A dry digit in any hole is like.
What was I don't know what I was thinking. And so, and by the way, it's not like I was like, do you like that? It was just sort of like, I go, do you want me to try? And I'm like, okay, sure. And I was like blowing everything. And I was like, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like long, persistent. Sure. But still, whoops. I do feel bad about that. And then I feel bad for myself because it was like so dry and crusted on my finger. It was sick and it smelled bad.
Oh, and you can't help but smell
poop.
it.
Like a ton of poop.
A ton. Like under the nail. Straight people definitely need to like YouTube some videos before they embark on anal.
Like that's what I'm saying. Call me out on that. I feel bad. That's why the English drink tea like this to keep the poop finger away.
Stop. If you ever talk about pinky fingering a dude on stage, you gotta have that. And I will say, but you can't not smell it.
I know.
You're like, I know this is shit.
Terrible.
And you're like,
ooh. It's like basically me in relationships. Like, you're terrible.
Get over here, you poop.
I want to smell
you. Poop log.
Get over here, you piece of shit. Let me get a good smell of you.
Get in bed. You'll do.
I'll take it.
Cum.
Yeah.
Hot or not?
Oh, hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite place for cum to be? Are you like a get cummed on person?
In my contact solution, I guess. I've really gotten some bad. I got it in the eye, and it stings for a very long time.
Burns like nothing.
It's as if they think your eyeball's the egg they're trying to fertilize.
That is the best breast theory. That is the best theory I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's like,
we gotta get in here.
It's so painful.
Wouldn't it be scary if they were?
When you had an eye baby. Dun dun dun.
I mean,
horror movie. Eye baby.
Eye baby. It's an Apple product. Eye baby. Choking?
No.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I don't know, sort of performative or something. I don't even know.
Sure. I think there is a skill to it where it's like a safe way to I almost said trap air, but it's rooted in aggression, I think. Like,
yeah, I'm not really into aggressive stuff.
Totally.
But I'm also not someone who's like, you could be gentle with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the little spanky and, but yeah, the choking thing is a nah for me. It's not that I'm going to freak out if you do it like, but it's just sort of like, I don't know. Sometimes too, I look back. Do I have any bugs?
Always.
Oh God.
No, never.
Okay.
I would tell you.
I also think too, I'm like, are you willing to have that done to you? Or is it
Right.
just that you need to feel like you could hurt me?
Right.
I just need to know the
The origin.
the root of it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because I've had people be aggressive with me, and it's because they have
A
deep
thing.
hatred of me. Women.
But you were representing women at the time.
Yes, for real, for
That's
real.
such a bummer.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of, I mean, he might have to do an apology tour to, I've been thinking that ever since, like, you know, when you're like, I might be the first person you've ever made come because I made it happen for myself.
Yeah.
Like part of your going back and your healing process, whenever that may come, will be like going back to some of these women being like, sorry, I used your body to masturbate.
As a fleshlight.
Yeah.
We got to start hurting men.
I guess we got to start doing steroids.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you see Promising Young Woman?
Oh yeah.
I really needed it. I wanted it to go. I thought she was going to be killing people and cutting dicks off. That's what I
hear you.
wanted.
Isn't there a Netflix show about that starring one of the Ritter girl?
Oh, maybe.
Where she's like,
wait, it's like
getting
a
revenge?
Marvel.
I think she's like getting revenge on people or she's going after rapists.
Oh, good.
I could be wrong.
Someone needs to.
I thought that just came to my mind. I was like, I think it's that Ritter woman,
Kristen. Food and
No.
sex. Okay. No whipped cream
I've
on
tried it in high school.
Yeah. That's the time to do it.
Seems like a yeast infection asking for it.
I
A
assume
yeast infection waiting to happen.
asking for a yeast infection.
Yeah.
We would have accepted that.
Thank you.
It also just seems sticky. Everything about it seems
it's
sticky.
Ugh. Oh, did you watch The Bachelor in Paradise when like Riley and what's her face Marissa were doing a bunch of whipped cream and eating food off each other? I was like, guys, are you okay? Are you 12? This is disgusting.
They wanted the cameras on them.
Yeah,
Wait, was it a guy
part
and a
of
girl?
a date? Yeah.
Okay. I famously have not seen one episode of The Bachelor.
Good.
Is that crazy?
No, I think you should keep that going.
Same with
But this was
Housewives.
Bachelor- yeah,
I know
I
I'd
never
love
got
it
into
if I
that.
watched it, but I haven't.
Yeah.
And now it seems like I'm too far. Like I miss Game of Thrones
Same.
too.
I did too. And I missed the what's the one where he sells meth?
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I'm okay on that.
Wow. Good for us.
Mhm.
I know
I miss
everyone's
Game
like,
of
it's the best show
Thrones
ever.
and
I'm
that.
like, is it?
Yeah.
I'm
and then somebody
fine.
will say like, oh, you guys just like not, this or that. I'm like, whatever. I didn't watch it.
I don't care. Water sports. That means urine.
Pee-pee?
Yeah.
I can't imagine a time where I would want pee in a bed, like the soft stuff. Why would you want pee on what could ruin something that's very expensive?
I definitely wouldn't want
Or
it in the
doing rubber
bed.
sheets,
I
or
think some people do it
in the
in a bath or
shower?
shower situation.
That would make sense. I mean, I'm sure I've unknowingly participated in water sports. Taking a shower with a man.
But that's also I don't even
Or
I
in a
should have known
pool
the
of
answer.
Vegas.
That's a degrading thing too.
Yeah.
Pegging,
I don't know if I mean, I'm not saying I'm closed off to it.
but you don't wake up in the morning thinking like maybe today's the day.
Yeah. I don't think so. You know what? I did have one dream about this fan. She keeps on like persisting. I had a dream.
Like hitting on you?
I had a dream that I did have a penis, not my own. I think I was the strap on, and I was doing her, and honestly, it was like kind of a nice fantasy.
Okay.
I wasn't like, I don't know.
Fun.
I didn't want to go out and then go get it and call her up.
She's probably listening to this. If she's
actually
to,
just hanging on the edge of the window. Hi, miss you. But yeah, it didn't make me. It wasn't so powerful that I was like, oh, maybe I should go buy a strap on
Totally.
and call her up. I think fan is dangerous territory.
very. I've been with guys, not that I haven't crossed that line. I've been with guys who couldn't perform, and they're like, I think I'm nervous.
Yes, I've actually I will say I've had that happen. Well, one of them said they were scared the first time, and I said, "Really? Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have thought that." Like, because I just
You're like,
I just don't think like I think that was part of the problem even with my last relationship. I'm like, I must not see me how you see me because I'm
a person. I'm just a
I know that sounds so
girl
silly because it's like I'm
being
not a
in front of a
famous person,
boy.
right? But they had seen me on HBO. They had seen my special, so it's like
She says, you're special on HBO.
Oh, okay.
You're like,
But I'm just saying,
You're a
like, it just
celebrity.
doesn't feel like that to me. Is all.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
I
know,
get
and
that.
I hope that comes off obviously as genuine. Like I don't know. I'm just, because the truth is I am not, maybe some people, but like, I didn't ever expect someone to actually be nervous.
I think it reflects on when a
that's
person
hard
like
for me to put myself outside myself in that way.
When a person like you has pursued their dreams and is successful at them, it shines, a mirror. It makes someone look at their own life and their own choices, and I think it feels very not belittling, but like.
I see what you mean, especially I think that's a good point to bring up, because I do feel like my last person felt like that. Like, well, if you can do the X, Y, Z and overcome this and be where you are, then I want that for myself. But they weren't there yet, and it harmed me bad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
And it hurt my bad.
This will be the last one. Spit. Like, have you ever had someone spit in your mouth? Yeah, or spit on your cha-cha?
Trying to think of a time. Oh, I think the only time that comes to mind would be like
COVID test.
Me, us giving each other COVID tests. No, sucking dick.
Oh, sure.
Like from far away, but I'm not like
they like that. I think
they do. Yeah, but I'm not over here like I'm the person who would be like, "Oops, sorry," and then wipe it off like the couch. Oops, that went in a different direction. Oopsie.
Thank you again for doing this.